Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are doing the 2023 top 10s, as we are going to look at my number 2 lightweight in the world right now, the undefeated WBA lightweight champion of the world, Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So this fight right here is our Tank Davis, the reigning and now the only WBA lightweight champion, entered the year coming off of a year where there had been criticism and stuff about who he was going to fight. So and what he had done to that point, especially since the Isaac Cruz victory. I think he only fought one time in 2022, and it was against Rolly Romero, where he knocked him out. So he entered this year with the prospect of fighting Ryan Garcia, and supposedly at the start of the year that fight was good to go, but he wanted a fight first. So he took on undefeated WBA junior lightweight champion Hector Luis Garcia. He defended his secondary belt against him, and he dominated, broke down Garcia, stopped him in 9 rounds, and retained his WBA belt. Then he signed on for the fight with Ryan Garcia. They would meet at a catchweight of 136, but Tank would put on a double weight clause stipulation. The first was that, one, he made him drop down to 136 when Ryan has been fighting at 140 his last couple fights. Then the next one was that he couldn't weigh any more than 10 pounds, 10 pounds the day of the fight, more than the contracted weight. So he couldn't weigh more than 146. So Ryan came in there. I picked Ryan to win no matter what, being the bigger man. But that, I absolutely have never seen a double weight clause put on a guy, and I believe that absolutely affected him. Tank put him down in the 2nd round, and then a body shot in the 7th put Ryan down, and Ryan would barely try to get back up. That shot really hurt him, and Tank Davis would defeat him and stay undefeated. And to the general public, that fight did over 1 million pay-per-view buys, so there was a lot of people interested in watching that. And I understand why, but to, the hardcore boxing fan like myself, I really didn't understand the significance of the victory because of the weight issues, the weight contract. I thought that was bullshit. But hey, Ryan signed up for it, and all that being said, Tank won the fight. He knocked him out, and he gained the notoriety. But now, heading into 2024, he's still undefeated. He's now the full lightweight champion, as Devin Haney was the super champion and undisputed champ. He gave up all of his belts. The WBA has only a couple belts left before they completely consolidate all world titles at in their governing body. They're consolidating down to only 1 champion per division. There's only 1 or 2 more divisions that still have multiple champions. And Tank is now the full world champion. So as he enters 2024, 29 years old, he moves up 3 spots from number 5 previously. And overall, he's 29-0 with 27 knockouts. So Tank is still selling to the public that, he's a real deal, but we really don't know, because he still has yet to fight the number 1 or 2 guy in his division. And I think this has to be the year that he does it. Now, first up for him, it looks like it's going to be Isaac Cruz. That's not a guarantee, but Isaac Cruz is his mandatory number 1 ranked contender. Right now, he's his number 1, and that the potential of that rematch has been looming ever since their 2021 showdown just a couple years ago that ended in a close decision victory for Tank. So now I think he is going to fight Isaac Cruz next. That's my opinion. If it's not Isaac Cruz, I think he'll fight Jose Valenzuela. One of those guys in the PBC that would be beatable in the first half. But I really think this needs to be the year where Tank goes after Vasily Lomachenko. I want to see that fight badly. Vasily should be crowning himself as the IBF champion. I think he's going to beat George Kambosos Jr. To become the IBF world champion. And if that happens, then I think this is the perfect time for Tank and Vasily to finally fight to unify belts. It'd be huge. Tank might be the A side. And I think Vasily, if he tells Bob Arum, I want this fight, I think Bob Arum will get him to fight. But it has to happen this year. Tank has to finally take that step because nobody's going to believe that he can beat Haney or Shakur. It's all going to be speculation until he starts with Loma. And you saw that Haney and Loma, what happened there. And Haney escaped with a close, controversial win. What if Tank could one up him if he's really that good? So this year needs to be the year that we find out how good Tank really is. If he's on that Haney, Shakur Stevenson level. Because eventually he has to face Stevenson or Haney. I mean, I would be, remiss if that didn't happen. Or Teofimo Lopez even. So these fights are all there and Tank can pretty much do what he wants. But that's the thing. Why is he not fighting the best fighters and the guys that he can make the most money with? So we'll see what happens for Tank Davis. But that's it. That's my number 2 lightweight in the world right now at 135 pounds. The undefeated WBA lightweight champion Tank Davis. I do believe, real quick, I need to cut in. I do believe that he finishes still in the top 5 likely. And I don't think there's a way he drops out of the top 10 unless he moves up to 140. And I don't think he's doing that. And if he were to beat Vasily Lomachenko this year, I think he takes the top spot. It's just like that. So the worst I see him dropping is in the lower part of the top 5, maybe 4 or 5. And the highest, if he gets Loma and he can beat him, would be number 1. So we'll see if Tank's willing to try to go after that. But that's it. That's what I got. That's my number 2 lightweight in the world right now. The undefeated WBA lightweight champion, Gervonta Tank Davis, as my 2023 top 10s continue. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.